Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We're back again. Storm here.
Mom here. Hi.
Kimmy here.
We're going to be watching more of the Clone Wars today. We are on episode 4 of season 6. We are following an arc about Order 66.
Okay.
Dreadful. Gives me a very sick feeling in my stomach. I love Fives. I mean, he's so amazing for being so brave and pushing to get information, risking his life, even going as far as to get a tumor that he wasn't even sure if it was really there. He believed it was, but his droid friend, AZ, was saying, like, we don't even know if it's there. And he risked it.
He risked his
got
life.
that out.
Definitely did.
And still not knowing if he was going to die afterwards, like a failsafe or something, which is so tragic to say, because we already talked about that many a times on this series, that the clones, it's amazing seeing them as property because they were made by financial, purposes, and, they were controlled, and they were not human made. They were not, like, born naturally at all. So they are property. I still see them as humans, as people. Most do, most don't. I don't know, like 50-50, but a lot of them, the bottom line is they're property. So it's just very
it's a shame.
Disturbing to really think of it that way.
They're not free agents. They're not their own people.
That's a shame.
Now, I have to give that doctor credit, though, because for her to do all of this from the start, to be in on it with Dooku, Tyrannus, to have some kind of backup plan and be calm about it, to explain to Fives, oh, well, this is what we have to do because the original source had like a temperament or something, had some kind of anger issues, so this is to control you guys. So she made it sound like a natural thing, and you taking it out, look what you're doing now. You're getting aggressive towards me. So
now
that was
you're rogue.
wonderful.
Can
how
we
she
trust you?
that she turned that around on him. I'm like, holy crap. So it would make sense that she would have a plan like that because this is a really huge, like, bad thing that's going to happen. And she doesn't want to mess up to Palpatine. Like, she's really scared of that, and that's why she wants to go back to Coruscant to be like, okay, well,
to explain herself and try to make everything back to normal. Like, everything is fine. It was just one incident out of how many clones.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Man, so anyways, like, I really do give her props for that. And we did see the movies a long time ago first, before the Clone Wars. Most of you know that. And we only saw the movies once. So it was a lot of information to take in, especially not knowing the history of Star Wars. So there was a lot of things that went over our heads, right? Because we even got stormtroopers and clones confused, too. Because I think we kept calling them stormtroopers because we really didn't have, besides the helmets, like, they look similar. And I just remember getting that confused in the beginning. Like, oh, crap, like, we were supposed to know there was a difference. But it's amazing, like, what you go in, like, everyone starts somewhere. And a lot of Star Wars fans, especially people watching our channel, know so much lore already about the whole universe, but we went in not knowing really anything. So I love watching this series to really understand more. So I would love to go back and rewatch it because
me too.
The whole thing with the doctor, the long neck doctor, the Kaminoan or something, like, was in on it the whole time. Like, she is the creator, the head person of this. So it makes sense that she is evil with this. But for some reason, I can't connect it in the movies. Like, I don't remember. I remember seeing her in the movies, but I don't remember her going like, muhaha, or being like, oh, I was definitely involved in this. Like, I was thinking that she was
have
a doctor.
Such a role and not have anyone know about it. Well, now you even see, some of her assistants know about it, the robotic assistants, and it's incredible how many others knew about it.
Yeah. So I was kind of thinking there was another inside job where she was just breeding the clones or growing the clones. And I feel like saying breeding because then it makes me think we're natural instead of like growing them in a test tube or something. So I keep saying that. But I just removed my original, I guess, thing that we saw from the movies where she was actually in charge of it, because I know she was in charge of creating the clones, but I didn't know, like, she did the chip, or I didn't remember that. So when we saw her, like, talk about Order 66, and I was so surprised last time to be like, oh, wow, she really did know about it. Now, overthinking it, I'm like, yeah, that would make perfect sense, because, I mean, that's a great way to do it, because then you can hide it, because you're the one creating them, and it's easier to smooth things out. And
it's right off the bat, what, stage 3 of the embryo, they were implanted. So right from the beginning, and then you're off to school and out to be a soldier.
How sad, like, you're completely, I mean, it's one thing to be grown from a test tube and, be educated, like you're controlled all throughout your life. And not only that way, but now you have an implant in your head to also control your mind
yeah.
as
And it's
well.
inevitable.
Definitely.
You're going to take down everybody.
Yeah, and they
That's
actually
right. That's
care.
just-
I mean, they're people, and
Oh,
to actually
yeah.
have like a normal, say like us, and not that we're anything like them, but like trained as soldiers and stuff. But like you have compassion, you have loved ones,
Loyalty.
brotherhood,
Yes.
loyalty, and then all of a sudden you just get triggered and start killing people. Like holy
that's
crap, like
horrible,
insane
yeah.
to even think that way. Woo! So
Scary.
worried for
Very
fives. Not good at all. So shall we get into it?
Yes, let's do it.
So this episode's called Orders. Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Order
Your
66.
Ooh.
All right, so 604.
True.
It's true in a lot of things, yeah.
That's right.
The Kaminoan scientist Nala Se claims the chip is harmless and is meant to restrain the clones from violent, unpredictable action. Fives claims otherwise.
Attention. Please be advised we have arrived at Coruscant and will be touching down at our destination shortly.
Stab, stab.
Injection. Wake up. Don't let him yell.
Oh.
Gosh, you didn't hear any of that?
Oh, it's
Oh, tough.
Just like Tubbs was. The mission.
I trust you've kept this matter extremely confidential.
Of course,
oh
Chancellor.
boy.
Ah, good.
Oh, good. So we just have to kill you.
What brings you before me?
The chips, Chancellor.
Clone Trooper 5s claims they are the cause of the problem.
This thing they put in us malfunctioned in Clone Trooper Tub.
And we're positive this has nothing to do with the virus?
Sir, they're covering something up. I know it. If it's not them, then it's a separatist plot.
That seems unlikely, don't you agree, Master Shakti?
It does, Chancellor. It seems very unlikely.
This has a lot of patience.
If Clone Trooper 5s and I discussed this without your presence.
Oh. And
What's
then
up,
he
you
went
all?
rogue and I had to kill him.
Oh, fives.
Oh,
No.
jeez.
Acting like he.
Oh, he's
attacked.
pretending.
No, already killed
Oh
him.
my
God.
God,
beforehand.
you're right.
Oh, what'd
Oh,
they
look
do?
at-
He must have gone mad without his chip.
Oh, see? Oh,
So neat.
leave it to Palpatine.
I know the injection like made him dopey and stuff, but I wonder what Palpatine did to make him like this.
Yeah.
Unless it was
Yeah.
just that, but.
Oh, see.
No. Just don't hurt him.
Oh, jeez.
Crud.
The Kaminoans feel a virus corrupted the clone's inhibitor chip, which has led to this behavior.
Jedi involvement has not been requested.
That's a little odd, isn't it?
Discover the truth. We must.
Fives may no longer be the man you once knew.
I hope they do a quiet scan of like random, like an audit of the clones to see. if
I know,
no
not
one's
just
like
leave
the
it
chip.
there.
That's right.
I feel bad for that species. It's always them that's like all sexy and cute, like they're labeled so much.
Hey, pal, where to?
You must have a lot of stories to tell.
It's like that.
All kinds of species.
The
and stuff.
traditional taxi-looking taxi.
It's like Fifth Element.
Yeah.
That's right.
Multi-pass.
I like a good mystery.
Yeah? You ever hear the one about the people engineered to kill?
I hear stories like that all the time.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, you paying for this ride or what?
Bill it to the Republic.
Your mother's a droid.
Your mother's a
That's
droid.
right.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a joke.
Insults. Blend in.
Needs to get rid of that armor. He still has the suit on though.
That's right, he does.
Man out, check IDs. So, I guess the 501st is back on Coruscant.
No.
Fives. All of us, even the Jedi, are in grave danger. But what can I do, Fives? How can I help? I need to talk to Rex. It goes all the way to the top.
The counselor.
The highest levels are involved in the conspiracy. I have to talk to General Skywalker and Rex directly. Thanks, Kix. I appreciate it.
I have a hat on.
Completely incognito.
Don't hold it though.
Get away.
All right, you guys.
Nice and calm.
Move along.
No one saw that?
Nice.
Ah,
Uh-oh,
of course.
he
Oh,
did.
boy, yes, like that.
Come on, look behind you.
So is that because the tumor's out or because of what the doctor did to him?
Yeah, you
I'm
wonder.
wondering. I don't know which one. Bingo. Oh.
Okay, well, at least Rex is there too. With Anakin.
Spill the beans.
Yes.
Quick.
Hope so.
But not literally.
Yeah.
No.
Skywalker. Thank you. Thank you for trusting me. Please, sir.
Just say it.
Please. I'm unarmed. All right. I'm putting my pistols down.
We know you're not well. It's been rough for you these past couple days.
I'm not crazy.
Temple.
Ooh.
What's he doing?
Ooh.
I was framed because
Oh, he's
I know
going
the
crazy a
truth.
little too.
I can prove that everything that I know is
Tell
true
him,
beyond
tell him,
the
tell him,
shadow of a
tell him.
doubt. Organic
Tell him,
chips
tell him.
built into our genetic code to make us do whatever someone wants.
It'll be okay, Fives. We'll sort this
Doctor
out.
kept injecting me.
Oh,
and
I know.
You don't believe me?
Oh.
The Chancellor would try to kill me. I promise you that.
The Chancellor. You have gone too far, Fives.
No, don't do it. Come on,
Oh,
don't.
come on, no. Oh, boy,
No.
no. Oh, whoa. Oh, jeez, whoa.
Guys.
Oh,
Call for help. We need a medic.
oh.
Rex, I only wanted to do my duty.
Oh, that poor guy.
He did so much more than that.
Oh, jeez. Oh. Oh, jeez. Just like,
Oh.
Fight. Don't go. Stay with me.
oh.
I love seeing like how much they care about
jeez,
each other.
yes.
It's important.
Yes, they
That's
take their
so much
helmets
they
off.
sure
and
do.
respect.
Oh,
A parasite. Native to
yeah,
Ringo
You.
and
you.
Probably the
Parasite.
canteen of water they both shared. We have prepared an inoculation for every clone trooper.
Oh.
Oh no!
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. Now what are you going to do?
I guess it's over.
We grow closer and closer to
Yeah.
Your
victory.
agenda.
Yeah, you can tell me.
Oh, I don't mean that.
Boy,
I mean,
whoa, what does he
serious.
mean by that?
Our plan has gone undiscovered, Master. No one will be able to stop our plan.
His laugh is so
Oh,
good.
boy, I tell you.
Get you every time.
Man.
Can I even?
Oh,
Oh, boy.
that was a good episode. Tragic.
That was,
Oh,
yes.
Fives.
He did
Oh.
so much more than just his duty.
He sure
He
did.
went above and beyond.
Wow.
He really did, and he lasted a lot longer than I thought. I thought Palpatine was going to get him. I thought the Doctor the episode before, was going to kill
But he
him.
really
Mhm.
poor
So-
Fives.
If you guys can clarify for us when he did start going or getting a little aggressive at the end. I know the doctor injected him, but it was like that same kind of injection that we've been seeing where you just get dopey and it kind of like sedates you or whatever. So I think it was just that, and I think it was removing the tumor that actually made him slowly go crazy, unfortunately, because that's probably the failsafe, because the chip triggers this Order 66 later on, unfortunately, and kills all the Jedi.
And he was saying something in the gurney on the way to Coruscant, something along the line is what Tubbs was saying, as far as kill all the Jedi. He said that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I heard that
it could be
too.
because
Right,
the chip is out.
Oh, what a sad way to
God.
die too. I mean,
first
I
or fives.
didn't want him to die. I was really hoping at the end he'd be able to escape and we would see him, whether Order 66 takes place on this series or a later series, because I know there's a lot of Star Wars series that I was hoping he would survive and be like the renegade or something afterwards, because he wasn't controlled by the chip anymore. But just like Tup, you know, his was decaying inside him, so it made him really aggressive. But he removed his, and so it was like a slower process. And yeah, I felt bad. So I'm glad at the end how he died. Unfortunately, by his own people, but Rex was there. He had people who really cared for him there.
Yes.
Sure do.
So they kind of respected him after he was dying and after he died, taking the helmets off. And that was a very, very sad moment. And just seeing Rex and how he took it, because he didn't want that to happen. He wanted
No,
to...
even Anakin was very moved by it.
Yes, he was.
You know, I was impressed that Fives was able to communicate how far it went, to say the
Big
Chancellor
time.
tried to
I
kill
am
right,
me.
he
too.
sure
Finally,
did.
before they got there and, you know, had an altercation with him, I'm glad he was able to say most of it
That's
to
good.
Anakin.
And that's what's scary, because you never want to like think conspiracy theorists, but when you think of what's the norm and what you trust, and there could be inside jobs that you just don't understand, and everyone wants to just trust the main majority of like what everyone thinks. And so we have Fives who's right, like he is full on 100% right on what's going on here, and the government's so corrupt that it goes all the way up to Palpatine.
Right up
and yet
to the
people
top.
don't even think that.
Palpatine
And
being
Anakin at this
corrupt.
point is just like, what? Because he doesn't
He
know
questioned
yet.
it. He's like, what? Yeah,
Yeah, because
exactly.
he doesn't know yet.
Maybe he'll have, you know, second thoughts. Maybe he'll start thinking prior to him changing over even.
Yeah, because he was surprised in the movies when he found out, because the Chancellor went up to him first. But I wonder if we will see some stuff on the side of him starting to kind of like be curious and look into things. And so that was
See if he
interesting
talks to
to
the
see.
general, see what she says. They
Yeah.
can put things together a little
And
bit.
to know how far up this goes, and no matter what you do and how close you can get to discovering it, like they have too much control to be like,
Squash.
oh, my medics
Yeah.
will take care of it. My medical lab will take care of it. And I was going to make a joke, which is not funny, and I know, but I'm still just going to say it anyways, where COVID-19 is a terrible thing. Like we know people who passed away, who got really sick. Kim, you had it too. And a lot of people have had it that we know. Most are good, but they still have lasting symptoms. But it really just made me think at the end when Palpatine's like, oh, well, yeah, it was a parasite. And now we're going to get everyone else vaccinated or whatever.
We're going to get another
And I was like, oh, God, is
Here
the
we go
COVID-19
again.
a conspiracy? Because you always hear all these things and you never know. But it just really made me think of the stuff that's happening now. Like, oh, God, like, can you imagine if, like, you never know.
geez,
But
yeah.
anyways, a lot of people have been
Scary.
vaccinated already and it's been fine, but which is great. So that's a little different, but it just made me think, like, oh, yeah, this is what it is. But just to show as a whole, it sounds so believable. And then just to do it because you're told, like, this is what it is.
Yes, and I think
know.
Windu and I think Yoda is thinking that, oh, really? You have to do this? I think they're thinking outside the box of, I don't know if that is just what we have to do. I think they're going to investigate too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so.
And going back to Fives, like seeing his old comrades from way at the start of the
Yes, at the
series,
bar.
and
Yes,
they were so excited to see
Kix.
him. Like that one guy, Kix, and I was so happy to see them. And we do recognize a lot of the clones, but there are so many to remember, and we've only seen this one. So, anyways, like it was so exciting to see him, and again how much they care for each other. So they were part of a squad, right, that like really struggled at first, and then they've come so far.
501st.
Yeah, 501
Yes.
or whatever. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm so sad about Fives. I really wanted him to survive it, and just to see him decay like that. And we know he's right, and to lose all that control to try to explain himself, and he just sounds guilty. He sounds wrong and messed up, like mentally just not capable anymore. So then I'm just watching him. I'm like, yeah, he's not right. Like I wouldn't believe him because how he was talking.
Yes.
But he is right. So it just really messes with you to be like,
He
holy
is,
crap.
and he did have
Yes,
critical thinking right to the end. I mean, he made sure they took their weapons down, and he guarded them. He put that shield around them so they wouldn't go after him and capture him. So he did have that thought process still right to the last minute of getting his point out and doing the most he could to have someone else know.
Yeah.
That's good.
It was so smart to do that, and it made him look worse because then it looked like he was going to be aggressive, and that was so smart to do that, because if he didn't put that shield up, I mean, Anakin and Rex mean well, but they might have just went up to him and grabbed him, tied him up or something.
And brought him back.
Because they don't know all this is going on. Even if he got those words out, they won't believe it right away. Like, you trust all these people. You trust the counselor. We're like, oh, what do you mean? Like, there's no way that he's in on that or whatever. Like, you tried to kill him. But it was smart for Fives to protect himself to be able to talk, because he's like, you can't bring me back because that's where it is. Like, all the higher-ups are the ones that are involved in this. But it just made him look bad because it looked
and
like
he was framed just like Ahsoka was framed. I mean, this is the second person now in Anakin's circle.
And something
that
big,
was framed. So
and how weak of a system is it that it's so taken over already that everyone just believes the norm, and it's just terrible. So I really did enjoy this arc a lot, especially like I love following the clones. I enjoy watching our main characters, but this one was great with just watching Fives mainly. Like, it was such a great story.
Yeah, it was really good, and it's a real tearjerker, and it makes you think. And I think the Jedi Council is really going to think even more so on what's going on. You have this inhibitor chip. We didn't know about this.
And it's so sad that they never carry through with that. Like, they might just believe. I mean, I'm sure maybe Windu and Yoda, like you were saying, because they're kind of thinking about it more, but that they're going to question it more. But you know, look what happened. Like, it's still people until the end. You know, everyone was massacred. And so it is really sad. Like, the foreshadowing to the inevitable is just really sad to see. And a little bit off topic, seeing Tyrannus, a.k.a. Dooku. I mentioned before when we saw the battle with Darth Maul and Sidious, like, that was insane. Like, that was such a good battle. And I can't remember exactly what I said, but I said something like, he said, oh, I have someone in mind. I think Sidious said, oh, I have someone in mind about an apprentice or something. And I know he has Dooku, but sometimes I'm thinking way ahead on what happens, because eventually he gets Anakin. So I mentioned, oh, you mean Anakin? So I said it like that, and a few people corrected me and said, Dooku's still in the picture and he's his apprentice, which I absolutely know. But just to clarify, I said that as like a pre-thought, because even though that's his apprentice, he always has a plan so many steps ahead.
Always. So I mean, look what he did with Order 66. I mean, that was meditated right there.
Yeah, and from what I recall, too, with Anakin, like that was pre-thought up way ahead of time. And then with Anakin, too, he's been trying to get him in his clutches for a long time, but he needed to time it correctly. And then he always gets rid of his apprentice or whatever. So, you know, like, anyway, so I knew Dooku right now presently is his apprentice, but I'm like, is he talking about Anakin in that moment? And so that's what I meant by that. But good episode. Poor Fives. My heart's broken. Fives, like, how sad was that? I really wish he didn't grab the gun. I think at that point he was just so, like, he couldn't control himself and he got really freaked out. But I wasn't sure if he did that too, like grab the guns because he just wanted it to be over, you know, because he couldn't control himself anymore. Because I'm like, he did hesitate before he grabbed him, and then he didn't shoot. He just grabbed him.
Yeah, he just wanted something for defensive. But I'm surprised that the Chancellor didn't tell the other clones just to kill him, because he attempted my life. You know, he attempted to kill me. Just when you find him, just kill him.
Yeah.
But I was glad that they didn't. They just.
I know, because I really thought again he was going to kill him right in that room. But maybe, I mean, because that would be such a risk. But maybe because if he said that, it would seem too aggressive. I don't know.
Yeah,
he did
too politically incorrect, Because
he would have to take him to trial or whatever. And
right, it should be
so he had to look innocent, I guess. But,
yes, if he was behind closed doors and nobody else, like they were planning on before, without him escaping, no one knows.
Yeah. But, I don't think they were planning on killing him there, though, were they?
I don't know. I thought they were going to.
Because he shouted and said, oh yeah, because then he goes, shoot him,
he
or
was
something,
like,
right?
Yes, he was like,
I don't remember if he said shoot him or get him or something like that, but he wanted them to witness that he got aggressive and took off or something.
Yes, of course he did.
Yeah, I don't think he expected him to actually escape that far.
Yeah.
You know?
And boy, did he.
Yeah,
he did very well.
He did very well.
Yes.
And I felt bad that he did escape for a moment from Shakti. Like, she made it to the trapdoor and it closed. But then I was like, oh, relieved too. Because I'm like, okay, no, it's good that he did get away. Because he'd be killed by Palpatine or something later on. And that wouldn't be good.
Right,
But,
and Shakti would bring him back to the Chancellor and just start
that's
over.
what I mean. Yeah. And it just happened again.
You're right.
It would be good. So I think we'll end it there, guys. Really good episode. Very sad, though. I mean, I really do love the clones, especially the ones that we really know now through the series. And heartbreaking.
Yes.
It
But
is.
Fives, you
For
really worked
Fives,
hard,
yes.
and you went all the way through, and you did what you could, and you wanted to talk to Anakin and Rex directly, so that was awesome that he was able
That's
to get
good
his
for
words out
Fives,
at least.
Above and
for
beyond.
Fives,
Even though it
yeah.
doesn't fully help, like at least he did what he
But
needed to do.
it might help
Like
with
that.
Rex. It might
Yeah,
help
you know,
Rex.
because we don't know his
Maybe.
outcome. We don't know what happens with him.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully it does. I don't know. Maybe he'll get, I don't know, because then you go crazy or something if you take the tumor out, or at least it looks like you do. So hopefully it'll work out. Yes, fingers crossed.
That's right.
So
Yes, fingers
thank you
crossed.
guys so much for watching. Please check out our store. You can buy merchandise there. That helps us out a lot. And you
That's
can,
right.
nice shirt, Kim. And you can check out our Patreon because you can see videos there up to a week or more early. And we'll see you very soon as always. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Loved you, Fives. You were
Yes,
amazing.
poor Fives. Aw.